I watched the sound engineer, and as I'm watching him from the guy that before, he really didn't do anything. So I'm like, that kick needs to come up a little bit, and he needs about that much more snap, and that vocal needs to. And so I just took a mental picture of everything. And as soon as the band was done, he turned the masters off. I started making these tweaks, and I told Thomas, I said, Thomas, we have a very short window. What I'm asking you to do, and I told the band, do not do anything beyond my instruction. Because the daisy's huge, the lights are somewhat dim. I said, when Thomas puts the spotlight on you, you just start playing, and when that spotlight goes off, you stop. You don't hit no extra notes. So I did all those pre-tweaks that I saw the sound engineer that were deficient before I got up there. Thomas put the spotlight on Jeff. Jeff started playing, tweak, 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 done. Now, and this lasted probably a total of a minute and 15 seconds. Yeah. And when Black 59, everyone welcome Black 59, and I threw that gas up, it came out, and everybody in the room turned around. But needless to say, I didn't get any much more sound work after that. But I love mixing. I missed working on an analog desk.
Yeah, I bet. That old school sound.
You can grab the knob and turn it versus sliding a page over to hopefully get to the control that you need to.
Yeah. Right. And you can save scenes all you want, but you're always going to have to retweak. Yeah. Because the sound at Dan McGinnis is not going to be the same as Hadley's. It just isn't. Right.
And crowd size also plays a very big part on the dynamic of the sound system. That's for sure.
So looking at your notes, Keith, staying with sound engineering, you have quite a list of some amazing people that you've worked with. At the top is Warrant. And then we got Quiet Riot, Louisiana's LaRue, Sean Lane, that name never comes up, Bobby Rock, and Uriah Heep. So let's talk about these, how you got connected with these bands.
Being the house engineer at Stage Top for 5 years, Warrant was going to do a show. They didn't have a sound engineer, and I'm sure they had some dialogue with Nita back then. Who's going to be running our sound? She goes, "Oh, it's a house guy, blah blah blah. He's good or whatever." And they came in, and it was fantastic. Their stage level volume was on the loud side, but in a rock kind of loud, good side. It was good, and I had to work a little bit to get the mix as it should be. But because the way Stage Top is designed, the speakers are way out here, which would be great if it was a deep room.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was more wide. But the whole room, no matter where you sat, it was good quality sound.
But if you're standing right on the dance floor, the sound's kind of passing you.
Passing you by. Yeah. But that was a really good show. That's when Janie Lane was there. And he and Todd were both on stage doing... and
this had to have been 1990, 91.
Yeah, somewhere around there for sure.
Yeah.
And that was at Stage Top. And also Quiet Riot. I got to the gig a little early. I went to the back room where the band hung out. And there was nobody there. It was quite early, a couple of 3 hours before the show. So I went in the back room and happened to stumble upon Carlos Cavazzo playing his guitar unplugged on a skateboard. He's going doing all these runs, and this room is...
He's playing while riding on a skateboard.
Yeah. And the room is no bigger than this. And so he's just circling the room and doing fishtails and just speaking. And I walk in and said, "Hey, Carlos, man, what's going on?" And I was a huge Carlos Cavazzo fan back then, especially with the first album, Mental Health, when he saw his guitar solo, Battle Axe. So I'm walking in the room just drooling. But no matter how nice of a guy he was, he would not turn down. It was, bro,